My name is Daniel Hunt II. This is my first time in recovery. It's definitely been a spiritual journey. I'm open-minded to other people's feelings and things I've done in the past. Like I'm not really sure how to explain it, but I'm kind of more in touch with the universe and my effect on other people. Yeah, that was a tough question.
Yeah, to lead
Yeah,
off with, well,
I went totally sideways with
yeah, no,
that.
I'll throw you a softball here.
Okay.
What do you think uh, causes a man or any human to want to have to or want to seek a way of life that's spiritual in nature?
I felt lost, and I felt trapped in something that I still don't really understand. Like I was very tormented by myself, by my addiction, and I tormented people around me. I can see the effects on them now. That at the time, I didn't really care. So, I guess, just wanting to not have that effect on people and wanting people to love me like I love them, and to be a positive effect on their life, like my kids. My kids are great, but I know that, them watching me go through what I went through and put them through things has definitely affected how they deal with things in their life. Yeah, just want to be a better person. It
Naturally.
was definitely drive. It's what's driving me, not wanting to let myself down as well as others.
If you have any currently, you can, or all of them or some of them, but what do you think some of the most challenging things are for you right now in recovery?
What's challenging the most is probably accepting that I am changing as a person. I guess, I don't really give myself credit, and having other people, congratulate me on things, that I'm succeeding in. It's really tough.
Hard for you to believe or for you to see?
It's hard for me to see. You know,
Doesn't feel like progress or
well, yeah, when I look back on it, but like sometimes just sitting when I wake up, I don't really feel like I'm doing anything that amounts to anything. But really, if I look at it, I am like I've come a long way. Because I was the type of person, like when I come to your house, you got to hide the rubbing alcohol, you got to hide the cold pills, you got to hide your prescription pills, you got to hide your purse, and you got to be on guard if you even allowed me to come to your house. So, now like I'm welcome at some of my family's house and, back into their lives and stuff. And, like that's a major thing that I have been successful at. And I have to be grateful and remind myself of that and not take it for granted, that they're just allowing me in because, they do see the changes that I'm making. And at a drop of a hat, that can be took away, by my behaviors. I can't let my ego, like I have a major problem with ego.
don't we all?
Yeah, yeah, that's a major thing.
You spoke about family a few times and being that it's like and it sounds like it's a motivating factor for you. At least the people, whoever you love, let's call them family, but they don't necessarily have to be. Uh, how or why do you feel like they motivate you? Like
Because, I want to be a part of their life that's positive, like my dad especially, he's never been an addict and he has stuck through this with me. Like, even when I was in addiction, he'd bring me food and stuff like that. And, all the time, like he was just always there. And I don't understand that because he still believed in me when I didn't believe in myself. I've said that many times to people about him and my sisters too. Like, they've always been there. And, yeah.
seems to matter a lot, great deal to
Yeah,
you.
it matters a lot.
When's the last time you talked to your dad?
Yesterday. Yeah.
Good conversation.
Yeah. Yeah. Going to see him Saturday or Sunday.
Right
Yeah.
on. You
And
feel like he may sleep a little bit better at night knowing. Yeah.
definitely. Yeah, he's definitely lost some sleep worrying about me. Yeah. he's told me stories when he used to, work on an ambulance and stuff, and seeing people overdose, and drunk drivers, and I was a really bad alcoholic, and I can remember him when I was really young, because I started huffing gas and drinking and stuff when I was around 11 or 12 years old, and I can remember him coming to one of my drug counseling sessions and him crying, and just, saying that he just wished that I would change, and not do those things. And, yeah.
What would cause an 11, 12-year-old to partake like that?
I'm not really sure, because neither one of my parents was addicts. My home it was pretty good. My dad, he's military, and it's a pretty strict home. He was always worked, provided, and tried to make me mine, but I don't know. Maybe I got with the bad crowd, or maybe idolized some people and things that I shouldn't have. I had friends that when I was 11, 12 years old, they were in college, they sold drugs, and I helped them sell drugs, and when I didn't even really know what I was doing. A gang, we had a gang and done some things, and yeah, I'm not really sure what really drove me to it. Maybe it's just the environment I grew up in. It was a low income housing, and a lot of drugs, a lot of alcohol.
How old are you now?
Huh?
How old are you now?
I'm getting ready to turn 44.
It's a long time from 11 or 12 to, we say 44?
Yes.
And then it's your first time in recovery?
Yes, sir.
What's your favorite thing about your life today?
Waking up and not having that desperate need to have something to be able to cope with my life, I still have problems, and I struggle with, mental issues, anxiety, and things like that. And, before, I thought that alcohol and stuff was helping, when really it wasn't. It was just making the problem, prolonging the problem was what it was doing, is what I'm learning. And, I can wake up every day now. Like, I can remember the last time that my wife and my kids, we all lived in the same house, that I would put my feet on the floor beside my bed, and there would just be a spot for my feet, and the rest was liquor bottles. Like, and now when I set my feet on the floor in the morning, them liquor bottles ain't there, and I have a morning prayer that I do, and, meditate. And, yeah, that's something that I really enjoy, is waking up and remembering those things, even though they were bad. Because I was a mess, like, and that wasn't even the bottom. It went way further before I ever realized, that this is never going to fix the damn problem. The only way it's going to fix the problem is a higher power, and I'm in contact with my higher power, and I'm very grateful. Without a higher power, I would not be sitting here today. I'm pretty sure I'd be dead. Because I was.
How long you been here?
I've been in recovery resources for 6 months.
How long you got clean?
6 months.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you for doing this.
I appreciate you.
Yeah, man.